Camera. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hollywood Matt Connelly Live. This is Hollywood Matt Connelly with the double biceps. It is in the contract and legal requirement every single time we appear on camera. We are appearing on camera right now. We have a special guest on today with a single bicep there, but you are also sitting next to a dog, which I guess counts. It is none other than the angry bird himself. It is Adam Wilmot. Welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Matt. How you been, buddy?
Good, mate. Good. How's things over in Buffalo, New York?
Things are getting cold and windy, and the snow is starting to fall, and I'm getting mauled by dogs.
How many dogs you got there? I've seen two so far.
I got two. I got a Dalmatian and a Great Dane. Remy, come on, man, back off. Get Daddy some space. Yeah. And then this is the other monster right here. This is Doobs. He's the Great Dane.
Wow. Very, very good-looking dogs.
Just like their owner, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us, the first thing I wanted to ask you about was the Angry Bird barbecue restaurant that you're running. I want people to know about this. It's your business. You've started this. You were in a food truck to start with. You've moved and expanded into your own restaurant. How is things going with that?
Oh, man. I was just a dumb kid that knew how to play with fire. Right. And that's how the whole food truck started. And it was pretty simple because it was me and my cousin, two people. Now I got 11 employees. I got overhead. I got like marketing, like all kinds of stuff. Like I don't get to play with fire anymore. Even the whole reason I opened the barbecue is like long gone. Now I'm like a businessman, and it's a heck of a shift, but I'm learning on the fly, and we're doing pretty good. So, Friday nights are huge. Saturday nights are good. Sunday nights are good. Middle of the week, kind of so, but we're getting there. I haven't really done a whole lot of advertising, and we just started in July. So, yeah, I'm learning my way. But it's we had our first arm wrestling tournament that I hosted there on October 25th, and we had a great turnout there. The Gowanda Armbenders came out. A bunch of guys from Relentless down in Erie came out. There was another team too that came up from Steel City, Pennsylvania, and I think it's Steel City Arms. I can't remember, but that's what I opened the place for too. I wanted to have like the world's first arm wrestling barbecue, So like you see the bar that Lincoln Hawk walks into when he first pulls Smasher.
Yeah.
Guess what? I have my arm wrestling table in my bar. Like that's what we have. So it's nice. Yeah, I hope to turn it into like an annual event, man. Bring you in next year, maybe we'll get you pulling some people.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, so is there anything in your restaurant where it's like if you beat the owner, you get a free meal or something like that?
Oh, yep. You beat the owner, you get a free pulled pork sandwich every time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And has anybody actually beaten you?
No, not yet. Well, I'm sure they could have if they really tried, but no, nobody's really come close yet, man. A couple of these electrical and iron workers came in the other day, and they wanted to give it a go.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just he was going his full, and I'm just kind of talking to him. And I'm like, now be safe, be careful. He's like, man, this ain't even fair. You're just having a conversation with me, smiling. And here I am trying my hardest. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how it goes, Take time.
Yeah, it's so disheartening when you're red faced giving it everything you got, and the other person's like casually chatting to somebody else.
It happens. It does.
Yeah, that's it's the leverage, and you can take away somebody's strength so fast just with the positioning of your arm, and yeah, it's a tremendous skill and talent, and always fun when people realize that arm wrestling isn't just about who's stronger.
And you know what? I love the education part of it too. Showing people how to stay safe, how to pull right, so they don't hurt themselves. We all got to go to work on Monday, right? So try to show them, and that's why the table's there too. I want to get people interested in the sport. I want them to be like, oh, an arm wrestling table. I've never seen one of those before. And then I always have on my televisions, like either East vs. West or King of the Table or WAL or World Series of Arm Wrestling has been on in our restaurant, like on a loop ever since we got back from San Diego.
Oh,
Speaking of
fantastic.
which, that was a great time out there, buddy. I had a wonderful
Absolutely.
time out there.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. So, for anyone who isn't aware, we were on a reality TV show together about arm wrestling that will be coming out, and I think the target is February for that, and it's called The House, or that was the working title at least. So there's certain restrictions on what we can say and all the rest of it as to what happened on the show, but we did have a break in filming halfway through, which everyone went back to their cities except for you and me. Obviously, I wasn't going to be going back to Australia, and you were sticking around for a few days. I think it was just easier for you to do it rather than flying all the way back to the other side of the country. So
one of my days was like an 11-hour travel day. That would have been like completely wasted day. So I was like, nah, man, I'm going to stay out in Southern California where it's warm and where the women are beautiful and the drinks are cold and the cars are fast.
absolutely,
So we rented
yeah,
that Corvette. That was a blast.
that
I was
must
a
have
little
fun.
worried when we were going down to Los Outlets, Americas down there, and it's starting to say last exit before U.S.-Mexican border. And neither one of us had, like, I didn't have my passport on me. I don't think you had your passport on you. And I could have just imagined showing up at the border in a rented Corvette and them looking at us two and just going, no, something's up here. We would have been detained and searched for something for a while.
Yeah, that's where you're ringing Greg and be like, Greg, we're stuck in Mexico.
I don't think we're going to be back in time for filming.
Absolutely. But no, that was amazing. Yeah, so you had this amazing Corvette, and we went to like a whole bunch of different iconic places in San Diego, and you took me to the beach and the burger joint, and we went to
Dads. Oh man.
that.
Yeah. That's like if anybody ever goes out to San Diego, you have to go get a cheeseburger at Hodad's. It's like one of those things that you must do. And then you got to go down to the Double Deuce and ride the electronic bull.
Yeah. Well, do you get the videos I've sent of you riding it?
Yes, I got
Yeah.
those, and I still have the battle wounds from that, man. My thumb still hasn't healed. Yeah, so we're at a rap party, everybody, and we're down in downtown San Diego at this cowgirl bar called the Double Deuce, and they got an electric bull in the center of the place. So I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ride the thing. And I know my right arm is already busted up from arm wrestling earlier that day. So I'm like, I'm going to just grab it left arm. Yeah, that was a mistake. I get thrown off the bull, dislocate my thumb, right? Had to put that back into place. And then I popped a tendon in my elbow too, just pointing at the door. We got up for the plane the next morning. I was in such bad shape, man. Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, that last
What?
night
How
in
does that
San
happen?
Diego, that story is better left untold.
That's hilarious. What do you mean you hurt your elbow pointing to the door?
Yeah, like we were drinking, and I was just like, "Hey, somebody! Ah, my elbow!" Like just pointing at the door. Like that's when you know you're getting old. Is when you get hurt, like just getting out of bed, or you start pointing at stuff, or you start getting white in the face, like me. Like, dude, I've aged 25 years in like 3 months.
Brian Parliament from Canada has a question here for you. He says, I heard Adam is coming back, might be on the TAWF team.
What's TAWF?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
You have to explain
I
that
don't
one,
know if I'm
CP.
on that team, but I'm trying to get back into it, man. It's not easy. It's I got a business to run, and that's the most important thing right now. Like what all the energy it took to get up to the top of the mountain and start pulling guys like Giannis and Luke Kent, and I have to put that much energy into my restaurant, right? And once I'm there, then maybe I can come back and I can start putting more energy into arm wrestling. But for the time being, that's the most important thing about me is getting that restaurant up and running right and making it successful. I have responsibilities. I got payroll. I got people with kids that I got to pay. I can't be out messing around arm wrestling the whole time. So
Yeah, I guess.
it is what it is. But that's why I got the table in the restaurant too, is because I want people to come to me now. So we can start practicing there and stuff on Wednesdays. And
Awesome.
Slowly getting back into it. It just takes time. The show
Yeah.
really got me back into it, so you can thank Greg Sharp for that. Oh,
Yeah,
we got
yeah, for sure.
another little buddy that wants to join the podcast.
What was this? What was this dog's name?
This is Rodney,
Rodney.
little nickname Ram Jam.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
uh,
because he ran some
uh,
jams every year.
Brian
Okay,
Parliament
come on,
says
bud.
that's it's a team league and it's a Mac thing. So
Oh
that's what he.
yeah, you know what? Yeah, I was talking about going up and doing some Mac events. So that is true. I got to get in touch with Ian Carnegie about that and JJ Jackson out in Rochester. But so much things on the mind, man. How can you remember all this stuff and keep it straight, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So you had taken a bit of a hiatus prior to the show. Was that right? From arm wrestling, or you sort of training here and there, but you weren't really looking at that competition side of it as much?
I after the very last East versus West qualifier over here in the US, I had a bad tournament. And everybody was like, "Oh, he's washed up. He's no good." And you know what? I kind of felt like that. But I had a bad cut, man, and a bad rebound. You know, when you drop a bunch of weight and you got to try to put it back on. And if you don't do it the right way, it really affects your performance the next day. And that's what happened. You know, I went to that qualifier. I dropped from like 180, 185 down to 165. And then when I started to go put it back on, I got sick that night. And, you know, I think I put on 9 pounds of 20 back. I weighed in the next day at like 174. So
Wow.
I was still dehydrated and weak and just sick. And I haven't really had a chance to prove myself since then. So
Yeah. Yeah. So what happened in the tournament? You went 0-2 or something?
I think I went 1-2, and I lost to guys that I'd absolutely crushed before. And I didn't say anything at the time because I don't like to take wins away from people. You know what I mean? Like it's not right. You know, you don't make excuses. You put your arm on the table and you lost, and that's what it is. So
Yeah. Yeah.
at least that's what I was always taught to how to handle it. You know, like let that guy have his glory. You don't rob it from him. You don't go say, "Oh, I only lost because I was sick or I was hurt or something." No, you put your arm on the table. You were ready to go. It's on you. So
Yeah. No, that's fair
it's
enough.
like kind of like arm wrestling with a broken hand. You know,
Who would do something so silly?
I don't know. I have no idea. And who would be so silly to be punching a punching bag with that broken hand too? Like,
Or tripping over ottomans.
oh man, yeah, yeah. There was just, oh yeah, yeah. I
You want
couldn't
to
have
tell that
done
story?
anything more possibly wrong, you know.
Well, tell
All
us
right,
about the tripping over the ottoman thing.
all right, so we're you and me are sitting there. We're playing. I think we were playing Mortal Kombat or something on the arcade, and I get a DoorDash there, and I'm looking at my phone to go to the door, and you had moved that ottoman out of the way, and I didn't even see it there. I'm running towards the door, and I poof, right over the ottoman. I did like a 360 in the air, land on my ass, and all I could do was just laugh. And so were you. It was like one of the most hysterical things that happened the whole time we were out there.
That
Got my
was
DoorDash,
fantastic.
and I was like, man, I don't know if I want to eat this now. I'm kind of like embarrassed.
You're still dizzy, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
there was
that's
some
great.
good food out there. Uh,
Yeah, well, what did you got? I tried Chicago deep dish pizza with you for the first time.
yes. And they actually have they always say you can't find good pizza in California, but I say, good is where you find it and you got to look. So, yeah, that Chicago deep dish, that's something different. That's just like all cheese and like a little bit of crust and then like some sauce on top. But if you haven't had Chicago style pizza, definitely try it. But the best pizza in the world, honestly, comes from where I live. It comes from Buffalo, New York.
There you
You get
go.
like kind of halfway between that thin crust and that big puffy crust. And then you get the like cup and char pepperoni. I don't know if you guys get that over there, but it's pepperoni and like turns into a little bowl and it gets the grease that sits in it. Oh, it's chef's kiss perfection.
Do you like the crust that has like stuffed cheese in it or whatever?
Hey, that's gimmick stuff. No, man. Our crust up here, maybe a little bit of olive oil. Somebody, this one pizzeria, Lenova, they put sesame seeds on their crust, and it's really good. It actually tastes like to me, it tastes like popcorn.
All right. Wow. There you go. So with the barbecue restaurant, was that something that you were always like you love to cook, or you just really got into barbecuing and you're like, oh, I wonder if I could, when I feed people, they seem to enjoy it. Maybe I should turn this into a business. How did it all start?
It was kind of a bit of both, actually. I worked in factories my whole life. I worked at a pet food plant. And I would do barbecue and stuff like that and bring it in for the guys. And everybody always raved about how much they liked it. And then once my job up there came to an end, it was time to figure out what I wanted to do. And it's like, I know I didn't want to work for anybody else ever again. I wanted to be my own boss. And I started to think, like, what talents do I have? Like, what good am I in the world? What can I do? And that was the one thing that I kept coming back to is, well, I can I can burn a good fire, and I know how to put a piece of meat over it. So let's go from there. And I started looking at restaurants originally, and I actually wanted to open an Italian steakhouse. Was my original concept, like a
Oh
high
yeah.
end, come in 15 table, just reservation only, spend $250 on a bottle of wine type place. And I found the right location, and we were just a little far apart on price. So I decided to abandon that, and I went with the food truck
Yeah.
and started the barbecue. And that thing just absolutely steamrolled and it snowballed. And here I am with a restaurant now, and I'm just wondering how far it can go. Right? I'm thinking about I want other locations already. Right? I'm
Yeah.
thinking West Virginia out by Travis Bagent. I'm thinking San Diego out by Greg Sharp and them guys. A lot of places I want to go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I remember you were talking about that when we were in San Diego. Like, I'd love to open a restaurant here as well.
Well, we went to that one barbecue place, right? And oh, hold on one second. I got a call. I gotta decline this.
Okay.
Sorry.
All
It was my cook calling me. Anyways,
right.
where were we? Yeah, we went to that barbecue, and I think mine's better.
Well, I said
It
when we
just-
were eating at a few different restaurants that it was like it must be difficult when you own a restaurant yourself to not be like overly critical about every other place that you go to.
yeah, you don't want to be a douchebag. You want to be supportive of everybody, right? They're out trying to make a buck. So
Yeah, but when you get something that you're a specialist in, like barbecue meat or whatever, and it's like you could, it's got to be
yeah, and the
impossible to
people that
not.
brought us there are like, "Hey, how do you like it?" And I'm not trying to be a douchebag. I'm like, "Oh, it's good. It's different than mine, but the thing was cooked in a crack pot, man." I honestly like. Did you see any logs out there? Did you smell any smoke? Like, how can it be barbecue if there's no smoke? I don't get it.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, for sure. What's the most popular thing that you serve at your restaurant?
Brisket and ribs. We do a St. Louis style pork rib, and we do beef brisket. And beef brisket just I can't even keep that in stock. It sells. Our burn ends sell. Anything that comes off that smoker sells. I just started doing smoked chicken wings. Right.
Oh.
I go through like 2 cases of those a day now, and I'm just like, my goodness, man. Uh, I'm not
It sounds like you're
complaining. Don't get
annoyed,
me
but
wrong. It's a good problem to have, right?
yeah,
But
you're like, people keep eating the food that I keep buying.
it's no good. Keep making me work. Bah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But
Scott Evans from Utah is in the chat as well. He says that he's an Angry Bird fan right here. So good to see Scott. We were also on the show together. He was on the show 2 weeks ago for my podcast. So great guy. And he actually won the left arm division of the John Brezink Cup as well, which he did with an injured right arm. So yeah, he's doing big things over in Utah.
I'll say Scott's one of those guys. He's just coming into his own now, right? He's gonna start knocking on the door of the big names and stuff, and you'll see him around, I think.
Yeah, well, he picked probably the best place in the world to begin your arm wrestling career in Utah with the monsters that are over there. So yes, it's sort of like I think when he said that his son, I think, introduced him to arm wrestling through YouTube and said, "Oh, you got to watch this. You arm wrestle everyone all the time." And he's like, "Oh, let me have a look around and see if there's any clubs or anything." And it's like, "Oh, it just happens to be Cody Merritt and John Brzenk and like the best guys in the world." Like, oh yeah, they're just down the road. I'll go and hang out with them. It's like just crazy to start like that.
That's kind of how I started, though, right? Nobody knew who I was, and then all of a sudden you beat Luke Kent, and it's like, wait, who's this guy? And then you beat
Yeah.
Giannis Ambulance, and it's like, yo, there's a new guy on the block. He's pretty good, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of how it goes, You just kind of pop up out of nowhere, and those are the days I miss when nobody knew who the hell I was. So that's why it's kind of fun going away for a little while, because now this new generation has no clue. Oh, Matt,
Yeah.
I got an emergency phone call here, man. I'm gonna have to take this in a second. Is
Yeah.
there any way I can pause for a moment?
Yeah, you just jump off and then just jump back on again, same link. All right, you're probably going to skip over to take his phone call. It's one of the things about being a business owner. You have to make sure that you're on top of things. And when you're, trying to do a podcast or something, and then your people from your restaurant that you're running are calling and requiring certain things. Are you back,
I'm
or you
back.
still need to make the call? Okay, cool.
I'm back.
No worries.
I told her I got an emergency. I'm on a podcast. I can call her back. Yeah, actually, I'll tell you guys what happened. A friend of mine actually crashed his car earlier tonight, and I had to go kind of rescue him, and just got his car back and stuff like that. So, I think he's giving me a call to give me an update on what's going on. So,
Fair enough. There you go.
yeah, I'm gonna have to. His car's totaled, so I'm gonna have to go give him a ride somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. We'll stick around for a little bit longer, and then you can get going. But yeah, I think one of the exciting things was that when you were showing me some of your favorite matches that you've had, and when you're going against like Alan Fisher and Jeff Hale and obviously Luke Kent and all these top guys, and you were at that level, like you were winning matches, and the ones that you lost, you only just lost them. So yeah, I mean your level is really up there, and it'd be amazing to see if now that you're getting back into arm wrestling or a little bit more, whether or not you want to pursue that level again.
What I like to tell people is like I climbed the mountain, right? I got to the top, but I never saw the summit. It was like I died on Everest. I'm like green boots on Everest right now. I'm just a landmarker, so people can kind of climb on my shoulders and get further now. But maybe, who knows? I mean, I'm only 40. A lot of guys have been a lot better than I have, a lot later than I've gone, but injuries are adding up, man. They really are. And it's harder to heal now. It's harder to make weight. Everything is harder. It is. I'm not 28 anymore like when I was in those videos. It's
Yeah.
that was a different bird. That was a young bird. Now I'm a grumpy bird.
Well, did you have like a favorite moment in your arm wrestling career so far?
Oh man. Yeah, I do. I have a favorite moment. It was Chicago 2017 when I won that WAL major, because everybody had discounted me at that point in my career. They're like, "Oh, he's no good." Da 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 da. And boom, come out. I smoked everybody, man. No, like nobody even had a chance against me. Right? There were a couple matches where guys got the drop on me, but there weren't any matches where like I didn't like finish it pretty convincingly. So we go into the finals that year, and Devin Larratt, like, he's like, my dark horse pick to win it is Adam Wilmot. I was just like, yes. And then like a week later, WAL ESPN had pulled out on him, so the sponsorship money was gone, and they did that thing where they kind of canceled and then came back, and then it was a WAL tournament that it wasn't, and I had just kind of lost all my heart at that point for it, and went out there, got my ass kicked, and then I was drinking with Jordan Davis and who else was I drinking with? British guy Paul Maiden. I don't know if you know Paul Maiden or not, man. That guy is a riot. Oh man.
Yeah, he's hilarious. I've known him quite well. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So that's how that Vegas trip went. It was like every other year I would do something, and then I would do like shit, and then I'd come back and do good again, and then come back and do shit. It just how do you? I don't know. It was like the even years were good years, and the odd years were bad years for Las Vegas for the finals.
Right, yeah. But winning that tournament, that was a real highlight for you. That was a moment where everyone had written you off and you still came through and proved everyone wrong.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. That is one of those things I've done quite a bit. And another thing, yeah, like the Jeff Hale match. People were telling me I should just like dive off a bridge before I even got to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I got the match. And then the very next day, Todd Zilla is down at practice. And because I used to train with Dave Chafee like every weekend, and Todd Zilla would come up, Todd Hutchings, every couple months and train with Dave. And I get down there and Todd looks at me and goes, "Oh, look, it's the sacrificial lamb." I'm like,
Ooh,
"What?" He's like,
wow.
"Yeah, that's why they hired you." I was like, "Oh, no. Oh, no good."
Yeah,
So
but you're up 2-0 in that match.
I was, man. And if I just had a couple more weeks of training, and I didn't know how to train for a super match at that point, right? I was always running gun for tournament, just try to absolutely blow through somebody. I wasn't prepared to get caught in a war and then have to be back up there 90 seconds later. You pull a match in a tournament and then you got 3-4 minutes, 10 minutes before your next match, and you get a chance to get the blood out of your arm. Super matches are a different ball game. You got to really have your nuts screwed on tight for that.
Oh, absolutely. We've got a comment here from Justin Gilbert. He says, I've been sent to get you guys mad by Randy and Ryan, okay, from the 98% arm wrestling crew. Randy is also in the chat as well, Randy Snyder from the 98%. And Dave Shubich has just jumped in. He says, the opening rounds in that match were wild, shocked the arm wrestling world.
Shit shocked me. I was listening to everybody else too.
Absolutely. Justin Gilbert says, what Angry Bird is he? You're the original Angry Bird, the red one.
Yeah, they call me Red. At least that's who they compared me to.
Well, how did that nickname come about again?
Oh goodness, man! James Reed gave me that nickname. That's the one that gave it to me. How it came about? He was watching the Angry Birds movie with his grandkids, and me. I was always like making videos online, complaining and like just I don't even want to say complaining, but complaining about stuff like what WAL was doing, why I wasn't getting a match, this and that. Oh God, I was so entitled and just I cringe when I think about my past self and some of the stuff I've made public and posted, right? Like I go through Facebook memories every day and I'm like, okay, we're gonna make that one not public, that one not public, that one not public. And
Yeah.
he's like, dude, you need to watch this movie because this Angry Bird guy, this character, it's you. And I watched like the first couple minutes where he's like racing around trying to deliver this birthday cake, and he gets there, and the guy's like, "You're 2 minutes late." He's like, "Yeah, but you don't understand what I did to try to get here." And the guy was like, "I don't care." And then he just takes a cake and slams it in his face. That's exactly how I behaved. Exactly how I behaved. It's kind of funny how I got that nickname, and then it ends up being the title of my business. Like, how come I couldn't have been like the Smasher or the Hammer or the Killer or something cool like that, right? No, I get Angry Bird, and that's what sticks. I'm
Yeah.
like looking
Well,
like,
it's good.
do I have a big nose or something? Do I got a big beak? Is that why I'm Angry Bird? Like, what's going on here?
No, I think it's a good one. Angry Bird. Everyone knows the game, and they associate with the characters straight away, and I think it's fitting. I mean, it really, a nickname wouldn't stick unless it really fit, and I think it does fit.
That's the thing, and it's kind of cool showing up to tournaments and showing up to like places like the house and stuff, and having people like they don't even know my real name half the time. They just call me Angry Bird.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's exactly right. So that's why in our club here in Adelaide, I give everyone a nickname because it's much easier to remember people by their nickname than their actual name. You walk into a club, there's 30 people there or 40 people, and it's like, this is John, this is Paul, this is Alan, this is Mark, and you're like, within 5 seconds, you've forgotten everyone's name. But if you
Yeah,
said,
by the time you meet the sixth guy, you forgot the first guy. Yeah.
that's right. But if you're like, oh, this is the Viking, this is the engineer, this is the wizard, this is the assassin. Like you're like, okay, well, yeah, he sort of looks like a Viking. That makes sense. And then, oh yeah, he's okay. And it because whatever it is, that something that they do or something about their personality, that's what the nickname will represent, and it's just it really helps people to remember.
Man, when you said Viking, it automatically made me think of Sarah Bachman
Oh yeah,
and the story that I told you what happened while we were out there.
yes.
We got to talk about this one, man. This is like one of those funny arm wrestling stories. So she pulls Gabby a couple of years ago, right on WAL, and she gets hurt in the process. And I'd had a crush on Sarah years ago, and it kind of like went nowhere, like every arm wrestling guy does, right? Like I'm not nobody special, right? So I made a comment on one of her videos of like she was coming back pulling a guy. And I was just making a snide comment and said, "Oh, if she tries to do that with me, I'll make what Gabby did to her look like a Swedish massage." Right? Bro, she saw that comment out of like the 10,000 comments on the internet. Why she got to see that one, right? And it's from me, bro. She went so insane. Like she
Oh
called WAL, tried to have me kicked out.
wow.
She said I had a tiny dick and she had never saw it, like all this stuff. And I'm just like, man, I think that girl actually did like me. So I probably screwed that up. But just like the comments that I make on the internet like that is how I became the Angry Bird, right? And it just people go so insane. I'm just like, oh man, I gotta just. I'm, I'm too cool for school sometimes, I just gotta quit.
Oh, that's fantastic. We're getting some funny comments coming in from the guys from 98% here. Where are
Mine
we?
said he's mad. Oh,
Hey,
you? I was
that's
like,
me. Justin Gilbert says it was nice to meet you at the PJ's competition from '98. Absolutely, it was a pleasure to be there, and I was not expecting to be anywhere but in Miami. But I was lucky enough to get around the country, a lot of the East Coast, and then flew over to San Diego for a few weeks. And yeah, it was great to be able to get to that tournament. And yeah, the Sean Latimer one that we had in New Jersey went really well. I went to like 5 different tournaments. It was the one in Atlantic City. I think it was Mr. America, and yeah, there was all sorts of things happening there, which was fantastic.
that's a great thing about the arm wrestling community too, man, is we take care of our own. You need a bed to lay in or you need a spot in the city, you get a hold of the right people and you're taken care of. You really are.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. I think out of 90 days that I stayed there, I only paid for 3 nights of accommodation.
That's impressive. That is
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, only because of the people in the arm wrestling community. Everyone, I mean, Dan Centrella, Dan Schwartz, Mikey Oliva, Greg Sharp, everyone that helped me out enormously, and the guys from 98%, Ryan and Randy, and yeah, it was just had a tremendous time and met so many awesome people. And then to be in the house as well and meet 10 more of the top guys around the country in all different weight classes and stuff like that. And yeah, it was fantastic to be around you guys.
That was wild too, getting there and not knowing who was going to be on the show and whatnot, and getting to meet everybody and just the different personalities, the different cultures, the different backgrounds. It was awesome, man. That was really the time of my life. I've been a part of a lot of cool things, but that was arguably one of the coolest. And it was nice to be treated like an actual athlete again. You know, uh, Sometimes people look at you when they say arm wrestling and they automatically dismiss you.
Yeah.
They ask you, "Oh, do you know about that slap fighting?" Like those two got anything to do with each other, right?
Yeah, I don't.
We talked about this too, man. Like, oh god, of the things that drive me into Angry Bird mode, that's one of them. Like, yeah, because arm wrestlers just slap each other in the face every time. That's something we want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think the only correlation is that the standing at a table. That's the only thing that has anything remotely to do with the two different sports.
Yes. And there's chalk. They have hand chalk.
Oh, do they? Well, that's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
When you're getting slapped in the face, you definitely need to have chalk on your hands. Dave Shubich says, I think it was the eyebrows too. Engen might have taken the Angry Bird title from you, though.
You want to know what's funny? Is Angan asked me about how I got the Angry Bird nickname because he's the Angry Turk and I'm the Angry Bird.
Oh, yeah.
And a few years ago, when I was feeling a little bit stronger and a little bit better, that was a match I wanted. I wanted to pull Angan at 165, 176 pounds, right in that range. And I thought it would have been a really good match. And it one of those things that people wouldn't take me seriously. And it never came to materialize. So what can you do?
That would have gone? How do you think that would have gone?
I think he probably would have kicked my ass, but
you never know.
You never know. You never know. And that's the thing is if I show up there on my A game, is I feel like I can hang with the best in the world. I'm not going to say I'm going to dominate anybody, but I feel like I can hang with the best. And I feel like the best will tell you that, yeah, when Wilmot shows up and he's got his heart in it, he can hang with us. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave Shubich says that he thinks about Sarah Bachman without anyone having to remind him to think of her.
I have a girlfriend now. I don't think about other women.
Okay, yeah, of course. Just
completely faithful human being here.
Right.
I know that's hard to believe because I was such a dog in my arm wrestling days, man. That was something else I was thinking about too. Was like, oh God, just the trouble. We'll call it trouble because women are trouble. We all know they are. The trouble I used to get into in arm wrestling is just,
Yay.
Well, yeah, we'll save that for the Patreon show or something.
Yeah, absolutely. The adults only hour. Yeah. Justin Gilbert says that's why Ryan's forearms are so big because he's thinking about Sarah Bachman. He says Justin Gilbert says. Wait, I didn't even see you at the Mr. America. Yeah, I was there for the super matches I helped set up. And yeah, in the tournament, I was sort of wandering around the room a lot, so I wasn't sort of sitting watching a lot of the tournament. But I was there, had a good time. 98% arm wrestling. Ryan Grondon says the slap boxing reference is always so annoying. And yes, it is.
I'm getting attacked.
You're getting attacked by your dogs there. And
he wants something.
That's the worst. He wants attention, is what he wants. The Drew says, well, Ryan Grondon is like the hep, keeps coming back no matter how much you try to get rid of it. And David Shubich says, Engen is the Angry Bird. David Shubich also says, Adam and that Corvette, fast cars, fast girls, fast pins.
I like that right there. That's a slogan right there.
Yeah. So you
know what? Put it on a t-shirt, Angry Bird, fast cars, fast girls, fast pins. I like it.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, you should do that for sure. When you were driving that Corvette around and you were flying everywhere through the hills, I said you said you'd done some sort of driving course or some sort of thing, like I don't know, for stunts or whatever, but you had some sort of training.
I did the Corvette driving school out in Arizona. It was fun, and I won't talk about too much more about it, but it was yeah, man. Like you just learn how to drive a vet the way that you're supposed to drive it, and it's a fun car. But I will say the C8 compared to the C7, two totally different animals. All right, I had Devin Larrett in my C7, and we were doing like 160 straight line, but you and me in the C8, we were taking them clover leaves and we were just whipping around them turns, and that car is so balanced. I didn't at all feel like I was out of control or on the edge of out of control. But with Devin, I felt like we were ready to fly off the edge of the planet with that thing.
Yeah, well, you were all inspired to buy another Corvette because I think you had sold your other one.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I got rid of mine in July, and here we are 2 months later, and I'm out there driving that C. I'm like, yeah, we got to make some money with the restaurant, and then I'll do it.
Yeah, fair enough. Ryan Grondon asked, is there any semen in the barbecue secret ingredient?
Man, I'm not even going to respond to that. No, there's not.
Very nice. Richard Jennings is in. He says, g'day, boys. Hope all is well. Great to see you, Richard. He's a long-time supporter of the show and a great guy. 98% Arm Wrestling. Ryan Gronin says, Matt, great podcast. As always, we just had Auden on. We embarrassed the hell out of him. Okay, we'll have to go and see that later.
Oh, I'm turning pretty red here.
Dave Schubert says, this C7 and C8 conversation is out of my tax bracket.
That's not true. He drives like a friggin' like Audi or Alfa Romeo or something. He's got some import car, man. Chubich is killing it. Don't let him lie to you.
Well, how much is the C8? Like 90 grand or something?
Honestly, the one that I had spec'd out and ordered that I canceled on was a $97,000 car.
Okay.
I don't know what that translates into Australian. That's probably like 130 Aussie.
Yeah, about 130, 140, something like that. Yeah,
that's easy. You know what? I'm a worldly individual. You guys still know that about me. You know, you just think I'm a dumb arm wrestler.
But
you're a look up currency exchange, right?
That's right. Sam, Kiwi Sam, from my club here in Adelaide, says, men that are gentle, who are also gentlemen, hope you are well. Good to see you, Sam. And
Sam, thank you.
Yeah, Ryan Gronin says, Angry Bird is always a fun podcast guest.
Well, dude, honestly, truth is stranger than fiction a lot of times. And I'm just like one of those guys that's just a magnet for, I don't want to call it drama, but just like crazy shit always seems to happen to me. Like why? And I figured out why. It's because I opened my mouth when I probably should just shut up.
But you've taken that lesson in more recent years, or you haven't? You said you were looking back at some of the stuff that you used to do when you're like 28 and with cringe, but you're not doing those things now.
You know what? No, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm not out there trying to make like I don't want to call it trollish comments, but like, I don't need to be an internet superstar. You know, I don't need to be out there making smart ass comments, getting likes or tearing people down type stuff. It's just not me anymore, man. You know, so like the days of me making the Sarah Bachman type comments, they're over. You know, I want to build people up. I don't want to break them down anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we might look at wrapping it up here. It's been awesome to be able to chat with you again. I don't think I've spoke to you since we finished in San Diego, so
we really haven't, man. It was a blast. We got to do it again sometime too, man. I'm sure there's more stuff that'll come up.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this thing is there's so much arm wrestling stuff happening in the United States. I'm sure I'll be back there at some point. And yeah, if I'm on the East Coast, I'll definitely hit you up and we'll go and check out your restaurant and see what the hype is all about and get on the table. I want to win that free pork sandwich thing.
Oh, man, you already won it. You got it. It's yours.
Right.
In fact, I'm trying to figure out how I can get my stuff shipped cross country and stuff. So that's the next thing. Sauces and rubs are coming next. Also, apparel. Get yourself some Angry Bird merch. That'll be the next thing.
What's where can people find that?
You know what? My Facebook page, Angry Bird BBQ LLC. I'll start posting up posts and stuff like that. I just got a shipment of hoodies and shipment of beanies in today, so that'll be the next thing. I'm trying, man. I got my fingers in so many different pies with this restaurant. It's
yeah.
What can you do? You know, you grow or you die, right? I want to be in the next McDonald's, but with barbecue. So we'll see if we can do it.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. So easiest thing for people to do if they want to find out more about you or what you're up to is the Facebook page, the Angry Bird what is it? Angry Bird Barbecue LLC?
Yeah, Angry Bird BBQ LLC.
And that's on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. All right. Well, there we go. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for your comments. And thank you again, Adam, for jumping on. It's great to catch up with you and find out what you've been up to. And it's great to hear that everything is going well with the restaurant and, you know, you're expanding and all sorts of interesting new things happening. So well done to you. And thank you once again for being on the show.
Matt, God bless. It's good to see you, man. And let's talk again soon. All right.
Sounds good, mate. No worries. All right. Thanks, everybody.